Hi, welcome to another one of my videos. As you can see here, there's been some pretty interesting stuff overnight. Yesterday saw it was a kind of an interesting day because most of the volume, as you can see, we started the day just around here with a big kind of slide. Well, it's about a 6-point slide just down this way. Maybe closer to an 8-point slide. As you can see, we established a value zone just around the middle area here, and towards the end of the day, on, as you can see, higher volume, we saw a large kind of breakout of this kind of value zone, and price eventually hit the top, and then we ran out of time. Prices gapped slightly lower, as you can see here, but has very quickly closed the gap. Any likely trades? I'm just looking through now. I'm more thinking something on the short side, but I'm not really sure as at this stage. This is one of those days where I'm staying pretty open to any kind of idea. You could even be, maybe if it goes short, maybe even if we see a decline, we could even look for a bounce, a bullish bounce. Just depending on how the market goes. You see that I think banking stocks kind of tell the story, as you can see here, pretty much identical to how the actual day went. Bank didn't quite make back what it lost in the whole sector, but just the general pattern of up and downs pretty much resembled what it did yesterday. We're seeing pretty strong markets early on. Oil is getting hammered. It's probably not a bad time for a long trade at this stage. My general thoughts are probably something on the long side. As you can see here, we've given back most of the gains already. Get my trading thingy ready.
Order filled.
Oops. Anyway, as you can see here, a nice little long bounce. I was thinking about going long just before here. There's actually no real need to rush here. Volume is definitely favourable for a bounce, so I'll probably be looking to go long here.
Order filled.
Okay, just the reason I'm going long, as you can see here, if we look at the 1-minute mark, it becomes a little more clear what's going on here. As you can see, we just opened the day right here, nice bounce. Coming back nicely on lower volume, and then we just hit at this point here. As you can see on the tick, it's been bullish so far. Seeing a little bit of a dip, sort of just touching just below zero, but nothing major. Mostly for the day, it's a pretty bullish start. As you can see on all our sectors here. Biotechs, healthcare, retail, utilities, and banking. As you can see, we're seeing a lot of kind of positive feedback coming through the market. So obviously the sentiment's pretty strong at the moment. That's generally kind of what I look for in a trade in the market. When you've got all the indicators kind of working together, and especially if you look at the value zone here. Okay, as you can see here, basically the prices It rejected the highs, came back to the middle here, kept it through. And towards the end of the day, there was a late day surge. This is a pretty bullish kind of a pattern, you could say, that's kind of forming. It almost shows that there's sort of a rejection of price. As you can see here, this is where the bulk of the price has been for like the last couple of days, and overall, that kind of value zone has been essentially rejected. As you can see here, it's making new highs. I probably wouldn't buy in 37.50-ish mark, but I didn't really get a chance to. The market kind of snapped on me very quickly. It's probably my bad for being a little bit not quite being aggressive enough in entering in a position, but I kind of thought I might hang around here for a little bit longer, so that was my bad. Going back to the 3-minute time, kind of looks hard to decipher right now because it just looks like a bunch of big bars. But if you see it in the 1 minute, you can clearly see that it's kind of that contracting, expanding kind of price motion is going on. As you can see, even just a casual glance, you can see that volume declines on the lower and raises for the upper bar. I mean, that's just sort of a glancetory look at how the volume's kind of playing out. The question is, what price do I look for at this stage? Well, to be honest, it's kind of breaking out here. Just looking at the chart, I'll actually show you what I'm looking at because I can do that. I'm kind of looking for this zone here. This seems like a very kind of strategic zone here at the 741 mark. So that's what I'll probably look for, and I'll probably just monitor how the price is going, and work through that. I'm just going to go get a drink actually, because I'm quite thirsty. Feel free just to watch. Hopefully nothing blows up on me while I'm gone. I've also set my stop to just below here, so it's at the 36.50 mark, just down here. I don't think it'll blow up on me quickly while I'm out. One thing I will talk about, people often ask me, well, how did you know that this is a place to kind of go long? I mean, it's breaking out and that kind of thing. How did you know? What's the difference between this and the other time when the market goes up high? The key here is that the market's kind of moving in unison. We're seeing all the sectors across the board kind of moving. We're seeing very positive tick movements, and all of this is coming as it's exiting kind of a zone it's been in. As I showed you before on the market profile chart, it's kind of exiting the zone and making a break for it. And usually you want to be judging whether this break is going to be successful. E.g., there's a lot of volume, a lot of positive sentiment, a lot of good reasons. I mean, even oil just here is getting killed today so far. So there's a lot of good reasons why people want to be buying right now. And coming off what kind of zone we're in, and it's always in context. Remember that everything's in context. Coming off the zone that we're in, I'd say that it is kind of a good buy right now. Obviously, you could panic and just try and buy the open here, but I don't know if that's like the best way to do it. You want to be waiting, because obviously there's going to be a retrace at some stage. Some selling pressure is going to come in. So people are going to use this big move just to dump some of their portfolio. Some long-term players might be shaving their positions. So there's always going to kind of be a lapse in the price, but we can basically assume that people are going to be interested in buying kind of a dip, you could say. It's going back here. This chart. People are always going to be interested in buying this dip, and as you can see here, he got caught almost like a pitcher catching something. Just comes down and he just sticks the glove out, bang, and laps it up and then throws it back, and that's exactly what kind of happened here. it's